Are you curious what this adorable little boat looks like at night? Let's do it, okay? We'll watch me play during the day a little bit, I'll give you the basic information, and then we'll flip over to the night, turn on the lights, and see how this thing looks. This boat is from DERC. It is primarily for kids. It is covered in LED lights, which is so cool. It's 2.4 gigahertz. They call it fully proportional steering, but it really isn't. There's no rudder, there's no directional control. The only way it controls the direction of the boat is by adjusting the amount of power going to either engine, which is a little difficult to do, not the end of the world, and perfect for a small boat that kids are playing with. It has capsize recovery. It has water sensing technology, so it doesn't operate unless it's in the water. Overall, this thing's super cool. Let's take a look and see what it looks like at night. So I'm shooting this with a GoPro camera because obviously it's in the pool and I don't want to get my big camera wet or anything like that, even by accident, which is only important because the GoPro isn't great in low light situations, but you can see these lights and how well they're working. Trust me, when you're here in person, it is much more vibrant, but I think this really does give you a good example. What do you say we go talk about the review of this? Okay, the Twister, you saw it run at night, you saw it run during the day. I only used it here in the pool because this is really more of like a kid's toy kind of thing. This isn't like high speed, needs to be out on the pond. I will say, for me, it has been, I've had a couple more kids-oriented basic ones, which are driven by two propellers, which the way it turns is it controls the speed of either side, and that's what makes it move. Oh, before I finish that up, let me ask you to do this. Please do us a favor, subscribe, give the video a like, put a comment below, start a conversation. We want to be part of that with you. But so what I was saying is, in terms of the directional and the two motors and the little propellers, no rudder at all, I found this to be one of the best I've driven. I've driven a couple of them. Most of them, I will honestly say, are a little gadgety, like, you know, driving, you ever see that one way you drive around the Alligator Head? Definitely worked the same way. Drove nowhere near as well as this cute little boat. And this thing looks so ridiculously cool. So if you're the only, I do, you know, as I'm thinking about it, I do have one little minor negative. It is, he definitely is a little difficult to hook up the battery and stuff in there, especially the very first time. So I think it's definitely going to require parental guidance and setup to get that done. But once that's set up, it's easy to change the battery out. But the first time you put in the wires, it definitely took me a good 15 minutes to get it all lined up and in there right. But that's not the worst thing in the world. But that's not the worst thing in the world. Parents, you just need to take care of it. That's all you need to know. Outside of that, you cannot go wrong with this for a youngster looking for their first boat, a little RC boat to play with. Definitely is absolutely winner as far as I'm concerned. The Tide Twister is definitely worthwhile. Hope this was helpful. We'll see you next time.